Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I've got another Sims build for you, and it was done around the same time as my other Sims build, the Hobbit Hole, which was around this time last year, maybe just over a year now. And it is, as you can tell by the title, a house that has been built into the space of an alley. So you can see how narrow it is. It's currently, I think it's 3 tiles. It's 3 tiles wide. So very, very narrow. And it looks very strange at the moment, but that's because it's all on its own. But later on I put some stuff around it, so don't worry about that. It won't look as weird. At the moment we are working on the front, making it look all cute. So the idea that I had for this house was to have sort of like slanted walls all up the side, kind of flat at the front, although I'm building it the wrong way around at the moment, but the slants on the other side at the back of the house. And yeah, it was just going to have a really strange architecture about it actually. I'm not sure where I got the idea from, but yes, I don't know, I was just inspired to create a weird looking shaped house. It's very weird at the moment. I don't know why I got rid of that bottom bit. Yes, you can see the slants coming in now, and I originally did them with roofs, but later on I changed them because I'm not sure the roofs work that well for what I was going for. But yes, you see some of the weird shapes coming in now. The slant isn't the weirdest part about it. The weirdest part is the top and the front, I'd say. It's looking very thin and, I don't know, kind of looks like a chopped in half mountain or something. Maybe. Or it looks like one of those Tupperware boxes that you get, which have like the slanted corner, and it makes it like, you know, you like put loads of them together and they all have the slants so that they're easy to open and get the stuff out of. Do you know what I mean? I like those. But yeah, it looks like one of those, kind of. It was really annoying me on the back there that I couldn't get those doors in the centre because it's only a 3 tile wide house, which I should have thought about before. But I'm just going to have to live with it, and so are you. So I'm sorry if it annoys you, but there's nothing I can do about it, unless we just have one tile door. But I don't know, I like having the double doors, especially with a weird house like this, because you need all the light you can get, and I don't have windows on either of the sides, so the big door helps to light up that area quite well. Putting in some temporary lighting so that I can see what I'm doing. And so we're moving on to the layout now, trying to figure out how it's going to work. There's not very much space, as you can see, but I think I actually make it smaller later on because I feel there's just too much space, which is weird. But yeah, I really like making really small houses. I love the challenge of making a small house, and in fact, in real life, I would love to live in a really small house and just try and work with the space. That would be great. And you'll soon see that I really like having white walls and white floor and stuff. I use a lot of white, which would be annoying in real life. Very hard to clean. Or not hard to clean, I suppose. Maybe hard to clean, but annoying to clean because it will always look dirty. I love that table and chairs though. That is so, I don't know, like fancy, I guess. So we're moving on to the kitchen now, and I remember going back to this kitchen quite a lot. I'm not sure if I filmed it all actually, because I feel like I did more that I didn't film. I don't know, whatever. But yeah, I think I played around with the colours quite a lot. That, what's it called? Creator Style, is that what it's called? The tool which lets you change the colours and the textures and stuff. It is both a blessing and a curse, because my god, I could spend forever using that tool just trying to get things right, and then I end up feeling like nothing is going right, nothing matches, and it all looks really weird just because I've looked at so many different colours and textures and stuff. So I love it, but I hate it. So yeah, I've made the entire bottom floor. In fact, each floor is open plan, and even between the floors is kind of open because of the staircase which goes all the way up to the top, which I'll do later. But yeah, I've made it open plan to try and get as much light in there as possible, and obviously because it's quite a small space, the open plan makes it feel a lot bigger. But because there's only the windows on each end of the house, the open plan lets the light flow all the way through the house, which is lovely. So just changing the lights out now to something that suits the style a bit better. You'll notice with my Sims builds that I don't do anything in a particular order, I suppose. There isn't a strict way of doing things for me, because now I've moved on to decorating with the small decorations, and I haven't finished any of the furnishing or the wallpapering or the floor or anything. You can see there's no floor over there, but I've already started with the tiny decorations. I get inspired by something and I think, oh yeah, that would look really cool there, and I just have to go and do it before I forget. So this front area is kind of like a living room, but it's not really that much of a living room. It's more of just like an entrance area, and I think it's really cute. I don't know, it's just cute. But you'll see that later. Yeah, you'll notice that I don't use that much colour either, so I will have little colour accents like the coloured cabinets in the kitchen and the coloured front door, but I do like to keep things quite neutral, especially in small spaces like this, because it can be a bit too much with all the colour. And you'll see just there that that's when I made the house smaller. God knows why. Well, I know why, because I felt like there was too much space. And again, I made it smaller, which is just crazy, but there we go. So there you can see the staircase with the open hole, and I've added in the second staircase as well. So if you were to look up, you could see right through to the ceiling, to the roof. This is the bedroom area, and I wanted that room to go through to the slanted area, but for some reason I couldn't do that. So I think it's because of the roof. Maybe it was like a roof section and you couldn't connect it somehow, I don't know. But yeah, I had to use a double archway door thing to try and make it look like one big room. But I think I changed that later. Another white room. This is the bathroom. I really love that shower. I think I use it quite a lot. It's nice. It makes it seem like it takes up less room because of the blah, blah, blah. What am I trying to say? The curved door. And I love those windows with the little flower. What are they called? Flower beds? No, flower. I'm sure there's a word for them, but I can't remember it now. But I love them anyway. I think they're so pretty. So just trying to figure out the layout of the small bathroom. I'm pretty sure I tested everything at the end, and so I think you can still use the shower. You should be able to, so I think that's fine. Yeah, so you'll see with this room, the bed, once you put in the bed, it really shows how small the space is, because the bed takes up loads of the room. So I really needed to try and use that little slanted space, and I think I'm just trying to figure out now how to use it without it just being an open hole in the house. So this is where the constrained floor elevation comes in, and I start making the slanted walls with the flooring instead of using roofs. And yes, I was new to constrained floor elevation at this time. If you watched my Hobbit hole video, you'll know that I really was just experimenting with it a lot at this time. So it took a bit of took a bit of playing around and I get there eventually, but yeah, just bear with me whilst I figure out how to make this wall slanted. It's probably the easiest thing ever, but yes, I'm still new to it because this is like as much as I can do. There we go. Now you can see what I was kind of going for. So that's the slant with the tiles, and it looks kind of okay, but what I really wanted there was a big old window on the slant so that it lets in loads and loads of light. The light just floods in, which I guess would be a bit weird with your bed being right there, but you could have blinds. But yeah, it'd be so cool to just lie in bed and look out the window. I think that would be amazing. But alas, is that the right? Alas, you can't put windows in floors. So with the current setup, with the floor instead of a roof or whatever, or a wall, I can't put a window in there. So you'll just have to imagine it. And I love what I'm doing here with putting the little bits and bobs on the floor. I'll come back to that in a second. But because the space is so small, you can't really fit in bedside tables or anything like that, so I decided to put the little bits and bobs on the floor. Did I keep that there? I think I did, like an alarm clock and stuff. And that'd be so cool in real life to just lean out of bed and turn off your alarm clock or whatever. I would really like that. I wanted to add in a bit of brick texture with the painted walls as well, which is why I've got that little bit of brick there. And that deleting that floor just then was me trying to add in some sort of window. There's the alarm clock and the phone, but obviously I didn't want a big old hole above the bed. I didn't want a hole above the bed because if it rained, then you would get soaked, and when you're in bed, you don't really want to be rained on, do you? So yeah, I got rid of that hole and put the floor back. I really love this chest of drawers and that big mirror. I just love it. I love the way that the chest of drawers curves in at the bottom. It's odd and I like it. I like it. I think with the big mirror in a room like this, it really helps because obviously it makes it look a lot bigger. And one of the things that I had to think about with this house is that when you're playing with it, if you're looking at it from the side, which you probably will be, you can't see through the mirror. Obviously, it doesn't disappear even when the wall goes down. So I put all the wall things on the left-hand side if you're looking down the house from the front door, so that you play from the right-hand side so nothing gets in your way. And so that wall isn't just a blank wall opposite the mirror, I added in those images, and I think that looks really cool in the reflection, because when the wall's down you can still see the images. It's great. As you can see, I've made quite a lot of the details and the floor and the walls and everything white in that room. Obsessed with the colour white. It's just lovely in a house. I really like it. So now I'm just trying to match up the floor with the wallpaper on that end bit so that it looks like it's just flowing down the house. All one wall kind of thing, so that it doesn't look like it just randomly stops. Yeah, this bit was kind of a struggle whenever I put floor down there it would lift up that slanted bit, and I couldn't figure out why, so I had to fix that. Then I made my slant too small. So many problems, but we get there eventually. I'm trying to make another slant here so that the back of the house is kind of like all one big slant, but I think there's a little jutty bit halfway down, which is cool. It adds some interest rather than just being one long slant, really. There we go, we figured it out. And there's the little jutty bit. So yes, it's quite odd, but it's alright. I like odd. So we're moving on to the top level now, which I don't think I really had any plans for. It was just kind of a spare room. So I had a lot of spare room in this house actually, considering how narrow it is. There's a lot of room for things, for activities. So I'm now ignoring the top room, even though I was going to move on to that, and I've moved on to the little living room area, which is fine. I love those armchairs. They look really, really comfy. I don't know about you, but I think they look so cozy and cute. Just adding in some more of that brick texture. Trying out some more white apparently. I do go a bit overboard with the white sometimes. I've got another build that I might upload that is a tiny house, so I just tried to make a house as small as possible, and pretty much everything in there is white. And I watched it back a little bit. I watched a little clip back yesterday, the day before that, I don't know, sometime earlier this week, and my god, it's just so crazy bright, and I don't know if I like it anymore, so I might not upload it. But yeah, I'm just crazy about the white walls, the white floors. I don't know why. So yeah, just trying to figure out with this space what to do with it, because obviously, as I was saying earlier, I couldn't put much on that wall because I wouldn't be able to play with the room, but the door was also on that side, so I couldn't put the chairs on the right side. So just trying to figure out what to do with it. I really love the position of that mirror. I think it's so cute, and especially if you're like going out the door, you can just look to the side and check out like if you look okay or whatever. And I love that it saves space with the chairs in front of it. It's so cute. How many times have I said cute? I don't know. Maybe loads, maybe not that much. Who knows? Okay, back onto the upstairs room, the top floor room. I'm just making it kind of like an everything room, like a skills room or just a chill out room, a creative room, an inspiration room. Yep. So this is like a little work desk area, and the slanted wall above it would also have a mirror, a window in it if I could have one there. So I think that would be such a nice place to work, just sitting at your desk, and then you can just look up and look at the rain. I think that would be a lovely place to work. I think that would be lovely. So yeah, I was just playing around with what could go in the space, and I don't know what I put there in the end actually. We'll have to see. Trying to sort out the roof as well. Now this area of the roof is a bit crazy, as you can tell. You could see the roofing. You could see the roof that I had there, and that's kind of what I was going for, but now I'm just converting it into a floor kind of roof, like the slanted bits. But yeah, I've got kind of like a taller slanty bit and then a smaller slanty bit, and they don't really serve any purpose, so I don't know what architect in real life would design a house like that. I might even leave that pointy bit there on the right now. I might leave that there and it's just strange and I don't know why, but I like it. Look at that pointiness. What is that? I don't know. But it's The Sims, so I can get away with it. Also, I think I'm saying but a lot. But. Enjoy the but. Enjoy the butts. But. Okay, that's enough now. Enough buts. Oh. I don't know what I was trying to do here. I think I was trying to make a really short wall, but I don't know why. Or maybe I was just trying to flatten the pointy bit. Yeah, the pointy bit, yeah. I don't know what, I never know what I'm doing. Such an odd shape, such an odd outline for a house, it really is. Yeah, trying to sort out that 3-door situation. 3-tile situation. Now we're moving on to the garden, which is really small as well, and cute, but, why am I saying but so much? I just can't stop saying but. So with the garden, I wanted to have kind of like an everything garden. I wanted to have the green in there, but also a little area for, I don't know, chilling out on a chair maybe, but I'm not sure I put any chairs in there. You'd have to take a chair from the dining room, but that's fine. So I wanted these little green areas with the, what are they called? Flower beds. They're called flower beds, of course, with the flowers. And so I wanted to fill up these with kind of messy but kind of neat flowers, and I think it looks really nice in the end. There we go, I stopped myself from saying cute. Really nice. Then I tried to add in a path, and of course forgetting that you can't put floor tiles underneath flowers and plants and stuff, which is so annoying, but I had to move everything. But and the same on this side with the flowers. So pretty. I think with a house like this you need to have that sort of green on the outside. Oh yeah, I made the flower beds uneven. I'm not sure how that happened, whether or not I did that on purpose, but I think I change it later. Just testing out some trees for the end, because I had the idea of having just a single tree in the middle of the end bit. There we go, sorting out the flower bed now. I wanted a tree that wasn't too big to fit in that space, because it would be a bit unrealistic, I suppose. It might look really cool with a big tree, but I give up. I love this little fence, the really tiny fence. I don't know, is that even a fence? But it's really tiny. And I really love those lamps as well. They're just so round and so glowy. I would imagine they would look really nice at night, obviously, because that's when they would look best. But yeah, I think they're so adorable. And I added in some bins at the back and that bike rack. But if you think about it, because there's no door to the back garden, you would have to take those bins and the bike through your house to get out the front door and wherever you're going to go. So that's not very great for the bins, especially dragging a stinky bin through your house. You'd have to keep your bins really clean, especially the wheels and stuff for the floors. Especially because a lot of things are white. Just testing out some chairs upstairs, and I think I keep that chair next to the bookcase there, and it would be so cool to sit in that chair, I reckon. You could be sitting reading a book or something, somebody could be downstairs in the kitchen or whatever, they could just look up the stairs and you could lean over and look down the stairs and talk to them, even though you're 2 levels away. I think that would be so cool. The whole house is basically open plan. There is no privacy in this house. Yeah, so that the telescope is meant to be looking out the window. It's there just for effect. I'm sure the Sims could still use it, but you've got to imagine that it's looking out of a window. And then I was trying to make that wall a little bit more interesting, and the general area, because the walls are very white as usual and it's just not that interesting, is it? So yeah, I was trying to add some paintings and stuff, some things that go up the wall, maybe some wallpaper, as you can see. Yes, I did try out a crazy colour, which maybe I should have stuck with, but I like having neutral colours. Although I'm not sure about that cream anymore. I wonder if I stick with it. Very cream, isn't it? Very beigey, browny cream. And I don't know if you've noticed, but I've used some outdoor lighting in the house on the walls. Those wall lamps. They're for the outside, I'm pretty sure. But I don't care. I like it. Trying to be all arty with these crazy pictures, which are all actually the same. And then I've moved on to the wall downstairs as well, trying to make that more interesting. I think it would be really nice to have a chalkboard in your house, because it would just be fun, wouldn't it? It would just be fun to have a chalkboard in your house. You could write whatever you want on it. No teachers are going to tell you off, because there's no teachers living in your house. Unless, of course, you're a teacher or you're living with a teacher, then they could tell you off. But you can just tell them, this is my chalkboard, I'm going to write what I want on it. I don't even know what I'm talking about. So I was just trying some different things to go along with my chalkboard, and I was going to have it as like a little organisy area, but I don't think those decorations really went on the wall that well. So instead I was trying a different coloured wallpaper. I really like that green wallpaper. I hope I keep it. I'm not sure if I do, but I like it. I really like that green colour. And here is where I'm coming back to the kitchen to change the colours of everything, because I still wasn't sure about it. Yeah, I kind of like that blue. I kind of like the green it was before though, but maybe that's just because I'm used to it now. And there we are, I've got rid of the green walls. I may have to go back in and change that, because I did like that green. And here we are into the screenshots. As you can see, I've built loads of other houses around it, which is what I did to make it look less weird. That was the plan from the beginning, and I built them all different gardens and stuff, but I didn't decorate the inside of each of the houses, because that would have taken a very long time, and it wouldn't have been that worth it, because nobody's going to be living in those houses. Although if you did own this house, you would be able to go into those houses. But yeah, it's like a little, what's it called, group of terraced houses, and it's so cute. I really like the way that this house turned out, and yeah, I don't know what else to say. I hope you liked it as well, and if you liked the small kind of house style, then look forward to possible future Sims builds of other small houses, because that's what I love to do. I hope you enjoyed the video, guys, and well, I say and a lot now too, don't I? Oh, okay, bye!